Morning, accounting students. So next we're going to look at the quiz that you're going to be doing with your partner on cost, volume, profit. So here we go. You should be seeing my screen right now. Okay, so we have this little example. They've got fixed costs, expected units sold, selling price per unit, variable cost per unit, and we're just going to change some of these numbers up because we don't want to have the same numbers as your example, and we will just change this to 30. Okay, there we go. So slightly different numbers that we have here, and we're going to ask a couple of questions. So the first is, what is the current projected profit? So our formula, remember, is going to be selling price minus variable cost multiplied by X, which is our units, minus our fixed cost, is equal to net profit. Okay, so here we go. We have our selling price of 100 minus our variable cost of 30 multiplied by our projected number of units sold of 400, and we're then going to go and subtract our fixed cost of 30,000, and that gives us a loss. Probably not a good idea. So we're going to go straight in here and switch up our fixed costs. So if we switch up our fixed costs, my bad, should have linked to the 22,000. There we go, $6,000 of profit. So what would our break even be? Well, break even formula, let's remind ourselves what that is. So it's going to be equal to your fixed costs divided by selling price minus variable costs. Okay, so we have our fixed costs. We're going to divide that by our selling price of 100 minus the 30. It gives us 314.28 units. So we need to sell at least 315 units in order to break even. So the next couple of examples are basically just going to go and ask us to rework our profit and see whether it is more or less than the original amount of 6,000 after we changed our fixed cost there. So in this particular case, our selling price is going to go up by $10. So our selling price is equal to, and I'm going to just type this in now because it was 100, so it's now going to be 110. Our variable cost hasn't changed. Our units hasn't changed that they've told us. Nope. Our units did change, so our units is equal to 400, but they said that it went down by 5%. So how do you do that? Well, I go and multiply by 0.95, and then I still need to go and subtract my fixed costs. And the answer is it's 8,400. So it's actually gone up. So is this a good move? Yes. And finally, the last one is if we spend an extra 6,000 on advertising and our sales go up by 10%, I'm assuming that's in units. Is this a good idea? So again, we're going to go through our problem. We bring in our original selling price that hasn't changed. We bring in our original variable cost that hasn't changed. We multiply that by a number of units that has changed, and they said that's gone up by 10%. So I'm going to multiply that by 1.1 or 110%. Then we're subtracting our fixed costs, which has now changed because it's 22,000 plus our additional $6,000 in advertising. And we go and get the answer, and the profit has gone down to 2,800. So is this a good idea? No, because it was previously 6,000. Okay, so that's our quiz example. Hopefully you're going to do that with your partner. Yep, I'm sure you won't have too many problems with that. So thank you very much.